Yo, what's up, fellas? Welcome back to another episode of the Gomu Gomu No Talk podcast. We are in episode, I think, 28. I think 28. Is
28,
it 28?
29. Let me look this up real quick. You can continue on. I'll find out.
All right. So, yeah, we're back. I'm your host, Lyle. Also go by Boy Online. With me is my lovely and the ever so wonderful co host, the backbone, my boy Austin. Say what's up, Austin.
What up, what up? By the way, this is episode 30.
Episode 30.
Yeah, we were a
Oh my
little
God,
off.
30 fucking episodes. We're
Yeah.
on our Wardell Stephen Curry grind. You know what I'm saying? Number 30.
Yup,
Big
yup.
shout out. This has been a fun. This has been pretty. 30 fucking episodes is a lot of episodes. So yeah, man. Let's get into it. We got 11 episode. We got chapter 1166 here.
Yes.
Titled. What's the name of the title? I forgot the name of the title. What the hell is the title?
I
Oh, news
actually
stories.
don't know.
News
Oh,
stories.
yes.
But
But first, we got to start with the cover art because this one is actually, this color spread is actually so nice.
yeah, the
It's,
color spread is actually pretty cool.
mm,
We see it is a request, and we get a color edition too.
mm,
Yamato and Otama collecting fallen leaves and baking sweet potatoes with tanukis and foxes. By Naoma finished the yard work.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it's pretty wholesome. It's a nice request for the change of seasons, guys.
Hmm.
Actually, not even the change of season. We are going
Yeah.
into winter. This is basically winter at this point, but I really like this.
I like the fits.
The sweet
Zoro's
potato.
got the trucker like outfit vibe, you know?
Yeah, Yamato's got the little cozy wear going on,
Hmm.
with the sweater weather. Um, Even though it's cold as hell outside, Luffy still
Yeah.
got shorts and slippers on.
It's kind of weird because
That's the
Nami
classic.
looks like a child here in this art. I don't know.
Yeah, Nami does look like a little kid. I love Sanji's like is it's like given like 90s
Mhm.
he's about to hit up a JC Penney holiday
Yeah, he's about to be. He
family
looks like
shoot.
he's a part of the catalog.
Yeah, he's part of the catalog type
Mhm.
shit. Um
And then we got some
let's
like
see.
ninja tanukis. We got some boxes in the background. But
Yeah, and Chopper obviously in the back. What the hell is he? Looks like he's eating some. Yeah, it's wrapped. It's wrapped. I keep forgetting. I keep
yeah,
thinking it's wrapped up, but I think Luffy wearing glasses is pretty funny.
yeah. I don't
uh,
know.
but yeah,
I don't know if I've ever seen him wear glasses, but I
I mean he's
really
got the
like this
he wore
spread.
the goggles for the one
Oh,
for the gear,
true.
but that's about it.
Yeah, I just can't see it with glasses on. It doesn't. It just doesn't
Uh,
look right.
I'm like trying to see if there's any like little cool Easter eggs being shown, but no, nothing really.
We also
Let's
got
get into this.
yeah, Shinobu in the
Oh,
background, but
wait.
that's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah, man,
Um,
I'm trying to see fine ass Shinobu again, bro. Why did we get this Shinobu, man?
hey, it is
All
what it
right,
is. I'll take what I can get. But
all right.
yeah, let's start it
Uh,
off.
so the last chapter, it went off on. We just got like the clash, right? The
Mhm.
thing,
The
the
Roger
final
and
blow
Garp
attack.
final, like yeah, combination
Did
1-2 combo on rocks.
Hey man, you know what's funny is like when I first read this first page,
Mhm.
when I looked at rocks, like that image of rocks too,
Yeah,
like on the
on the
bottom
bottom
first
right.
page,
Yep.
I thought it looked like the one who's the one guy that like the octopus dude,
Oh,
um,
trying to think. I thought you were gonna say Fisher Tiger for a second because that's what I saw. It
Hachi.
does look like
It looks
Hachi.
like
For some
Hachi.
reason, I saw Fisher Tiger in that bottom right one.
Oh, and and speaking of which too,
Mm,
did you see
the
like
colored.
rocks,
Oh,
the colored rocks?
yes,
Yeah.
dude. I think Oda's just trying to troll us with the buggy theory, dude.
Yeah. So he has blue hair,
Yeah,
like
the
blue streaks in his
streaks,
hair,
the black streaks that we
and
see are blue streaks, which do buggy stocks only go up, dude.
yeah,
Is all I'm
I
saying.
do, but like I do like want to see how he even gets to the point where it is like it is Like, how did he even like? How do we like? Do they have the same mom? Like, do they? Is Buggy and Rocks like? Is Buggy and Blackbeard like twins? We just don't
I
know.
don't know,
Wait,
yo.
let me look it up. Let me look this
Yeah.
up. Buggy age.
All I'm saying
So
is,
Buggy
I
is
saw the same thing,
37.
and I thought it was trolling. I thought like people were trolling, but that is real, right?
Okay,
Like
Blackbeard,
that is
Marshall
a
D.
real
Leash.
colored rocks. Like that is
No, they
confirmed,
can't. They're
right? Or
not
no?
twins.
They're not
Yeah,
twins. Okay.
it's confirmed. It's confirmed. It's
Okay.
confirmed.
Just making
So
sure.
I'm trying to like listen, man. Okay, let's actually get into the
Yeah,
chapter.
I'll try to cook up
Yeah,
some theories right now, dude.
yeah,
But
no.
yeah.
Chill, 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 chill.
But it
It
continues
is a
off
very
where we
yeah.
left off last chapter. Obviously, Roger Garp completely knocked out. Rox has finally like broken, like they broke the curse. You know, he's conscious. He's talking to himself, and you know, I mean, he's just out of it. But he sees three shadows approaching him, and these are the three holy knights. Obviously, we got Garling, we got what is it, Shamrock, and then I forgot who this
Oh
fish. Okay,
no.
Not Shamrock. Oh
It's
my god. Saint Summers, right?
it's Jane Summers, yes,
Yeah.
and then the last guy on all the way on the left is
It's like that
I
fishman
believe
that
his
shoots like
name
the hyper beam.
Maffey, Satchel's Maffey, Satchel's
Yes.
Maffey,
Yep. They pull up to just like hyenas, like just finish off the scraps, you know? But
and
yeah,
they.
you get this
I
inner
all I know is
monologue.
is Garling is just like telling all the bitches like yeah I kill
Yeah,
rocks, you
bro,
know what I'm
I did
saying,
it, you know. It was all me. Like,
yeah, it shit on me. But yeah, I'm sorry for
oh
interrupting.
no. But I think this is his like internal monologue of like just kind of like saying thanks to Garp and Rogers for like putting an end, like a stop to him. And bro, yeah, like was it Garling just pulls up and does the final blow, which dude, this guy is like,
hmm
dude, Garling is a bum, bro. That's all I'm saying. This guy
Yeah,
did
Garling's a bum.
absolutely nothing and just pulled up and just did the finishing blow. Like,
I remember when like people I remember when there was like if you look at TikTok edits and like
mhm.
people like the power scalers they're like yeah man Garland was probably like you know toe to toe with Rocks nah dude he his ass got
Nah, bro,
clapped
I don't know. Yeah,
it was bad
I don't think so.
it was no, hell no so
Oh
I'm
no.
actually it's very sad that this is how things go but you know show must go on right guys so um I think it's so right after that like we see what's his name? How why am I blanking out on the names here? Scopper's Good Man and Silver's
Rayleigh.
Rayleigh.
Yep.
Um, they're carrying off Garp and Roger on my on their backs, and they're just like Garp's. I think either Garp or Roger's like like I wonder what like where's Rocks like how's he doing? And they're
Mhm.
like, dude, are you worried? You're really worried about this shit right now?
Yeah.
And as this is happening, there's like like they're getting nuked, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
they said in like the previous chapter, like this island yeah, God Valley is no more.
It's
They're
over.
Lulusiing. I guess like Lulusiing it is not even the right term. Like God Valley it was
Mhm.
before Lulusia, so like it, it was the original Lulusia
Yeah.
event. So it's just like we see like like even the Navy's just like oh don't let pirates escape blah 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 open fire and the narrator obviously has got to keep cooking and he's talking about how like the island and like this page of history, right? The God Valley incident, like only the people that were there are only gonna be the ones that know what actually happened because this shit is gonna be very mysterious, as he says, obscure, erased chapter, the page in history ripped out of the books, and
Yeah.
we see like the remaining players in the following page
Dude, I
of like that are
love
important in the
this
story.
spread right
Right.
here showing everybody,
hmm
all the survivors. You know,
Yeah.
you got Garp, Roger, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, basically all like everyone that made it out. You got Dragon,
Yeah.
Shanks. We see what's it called? Kuma, Ivankov, and I forgot her name already. Guinea? Yeah. And
Yeah.
then of course Blackbeard on the bottom
Yeah,
left.
Where's Boogie at
Yeah,
in this?
bro. Bro, Boogie's just
Yeah,
chilling. And right
but
after this, yeah, it cuts to I guess I don't know how long after this, but we see were on board like Roger's ship, he's finally awoken, and I mean his crew's just ready to look at the loot that they got. Because I will say the biggest winners I would say from this was obviously like Roger and Kuma, like from the God Valley incident, and then
Yeah.
Kaido. I will say, I feel like those are the biggest winners from the God Valley incident. Oh, I forgot to say
Um.
the biggest winner, Rayleigh, because we can see on the bottom right, bro. He got the real treasure, Shaggy, bro. Shaggy is in love, dude.
Yes. 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 Shout
Like
out
he
to
got the
Braylon, man.
bag,
Big W.
bro.
Yeah. Big W for Braylon here. No, I love this like little get together they have. That everyone's like excited to open up the treasure, and I remember when I was reading the spoilers beforehand
Yeah.
that this scene was gonna be pulled out from the film Red from when they found Shanks
Mm-hmm.
like pages. But yeah, when you look it up, it's like almost the same exact thing. The only thing that's different is Roger. Like Roger in like the original,
Oh
how they found
yes.
Shanks. He looked like his like old self,
Yeah,
with like
yeah.
big ass
The
mustache.
mustache, right?
He
I
got
was gonna say I actually
the
remember watching the film.
yeah. But now he's all bandaged up. So the other people. But yeah, no, it's actually this is actually like such a funny scene. Like I actually can't wait to see this in the anime.
This is
All
the
this play
true
out.
Shanks backstory. We finally got
The
it.
two, oh no,
Eleven
we're gonna
hundred and 66 chapters later.
yes sir. Um, but yeah, like right after that, like so all this going on right now, the rest of this chapter is just kind of the aftermath of what happened in God Valley. So we're done with the God Valley incident.
Yeah, it's
And
over.
right after that, we see Garp reading just like the news, and the whole like world reading the news of like, oh, what had happened according
Mm.
to Morgans and the world government. That the Rocks Pirates are dead, and Garp was the one that actually, you know,
The
killed
hero,
them. But
bro.
we
The
know
hero
exactly
Garp.
what actually Garp did not like that whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's actually pissed.
And I also think he
And
just does not care for that. Like after
yeah,
what he saw, he's got like bigger concerns. And I think that's the main focal point of like these two pages is like his conversation with Sengoku here, which it's a really interesting conversation because I personally really like Sengoku's character, but hearing their conversation made me kind of lose some respect for him, in which he kind of talks about like obviously they're kind of going back and forth about like what happened on God Valley and like I guess like the ethics and the morality of like the Navy, in which Sengoku basically just tells him that like that he just looks the other way, when up and I like how he calls it upper management, like he's literally referring to straight demons as upper management. And yeah, Garp obviously does not like that. They start fighting, and it kind of ends with them just being like, Sengoku obviously just tells him like, "Don't tell me that you're gonna quit," and then Garp surprisingly just stays in the Navy here, which
that's just the thing too. Is like Garp does the same thing. Like he literally
yeah,
just did just like the other
I was
way. He
gonna
stayed in the
say
Navy and
he gave him a lot of
continued to do
shit
the
for
same
it,
thing.
but he literally
He's doing the same thing.
did the
He's doing
same
the
thing
same
of
thing.
just like I'll look the other way.
But like he did it. He's like less of a cuck about it because he didn't take like the promotions to get higher and higher and higher.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
still, it's the same exact shit that he's doing. But but they've got a point. It's like they're like Sengoku has a point. It's like there's nothing like being like barking like, from his quotes, right? Barking from the
yeah,
bottom of the cliff. What is that actually gonna accomplish? Like nothing as of now. Like it's like you kind of just have to wait until something happens, right? Or I guess make something happen. But like, dude, like this, the world government is way too big for something like that to occur,
yeah,
where you can overthrow it. But again, as in Carb's words, if I'm early in the God Valley incident, like the God Valley flashback is the as fucked up as the world government is, does more good than foul, right? So
yeah. I think that's his way of just like justifying things. It's just like they might do some shady stuff. There might be some actual demons in the Navy, but they'd
there
be
might be
doing
some
some
human
good.
slavery.
Yeah, there might be a little bit
There
of
might be a little.
slavery, some island deletion, some like straight genocide, but they do help out.
Yeah.
But again, right after this conversation, it cuts back to I guess this is a flashback from Loki's perspective, and it's goes back to a bunch of conversations that Loki has with Zebek whenever Zebek was trying to recruit Harold to his crew. And I thought this conversation was really interesting. It really reminded me of the conversation that King had with Kaido, in which Loki basically thinks that Rox is Nika, like the warrior of liberation, but and very similarly, like Rox is just like, oh, like I'm I'm just gonna be the king of the world, like I don't know, if I'm necessarily him, but like he has his own goals, and it was very similar to Kaido, where he's like he just wants to be the pirate king, but it's like if you want to believe that, hey, you can believe whatever you want.
Yeah, I really like this in the following up too. Like he also explains to like to Nika, not Nika. Oh my god, I can't even think. He also explains to Loki that like he mentions the Galila again,
Mhm.
and I forget who was talking about the Galila. I think it was Harold, right?
I
No,
believe
no, no, it wasn't Harold.
so.
I
It
think it
was
was
Was it Ja
no,
Rule?
no. I think
I
I
think they did
man.
well, like there was a chapter where they mentioned about like the existence of the Gali Law, you know. But
No,
I
I
think that
think
was
it
a
was
conversation
Shanks.
with.
I think it was Shanks and Gaban.
Oh, when they're in the hot tub.
Yes, I think it was when they were talking about the hot tub,
Oh yeah.
and and it was yeah, and then they Roxanne mentioned it again to
Hmm.
Loki, so I know this has gonna be something we're gonna have to see
This is
again.
gonna play a very big
Maybe
part in the story, I believe.
maybe present time since maybe the Galila only responds to the King of Elbaf when
Yeah,
Loki comes
I
out.
might have I was like after reading this chapter, I definitely had some like thoughts about this too, because again, Rox basically says like Harold is the only one who can kind of like mobilize and like control the Gali Law, which I still don't understand how Rox even knows about the existence of the Gali Law. Like,
So Rock says they're a incredible bunch of destroyers,
mm,
but we know like I think it wasn't it the when Gabon and Shanks were talking about it, weren't they like described as like famous shipwrights?
I believe so.
Like
Yeah.
builder, not shipwrights necessarily, but builders.
Mm-hmm.
But Rocks refers to them as
Like
destroyers. So I wonder if that's
destroyers. Yeah.
yeah. So hey man.
Oh, and
But like yeah,
then
that's
yeah,
it's actually like so sad. Like we see fucking Loki's like wah
yeah.
wah,
He's
start
like
crying and
reading
shit.
about the news of like obviously the downfall of Rox as well as like the death of Rox, and which damn bro, I feel for
It's fucked
Loki
up.
here. But right after this, there's it's like on a certain island we can see like I mean, dude, I see why people refer to Harold as a menace now.
Yeah,
Like, cause he's just on this island and bro, he is just beating on this giant dude, which is crazy because he kind of dwarfs this giant, and
yeah.
he's just relentless. You can tell like obviously he's kind of like venting out his frustrations, especially after reading the news of what happened to Rox, and he's just laying it out on this guy as well as like I believe that this giant was pillaging or like taking advantage of like humans, and it goes back to um his whole quest of trying to get Elbaf to become a part of the world government, but the issues of like everyone fearing giants because of like what they've done previously as well as like what some of them are currently still doing, and Rox is beating on this guy just like you know venting his frustrations like dude, this is why like no one believes us, like this is why they're kind of scared of us and like they won't accept us into like the under the umbrella of the world government, and then you can see he just starts to like talk about rocks and he's like you can see how sad he is. He's like literally crying. He's like, I couldn't help him, you know, which and he even calls him my greatest friend, which, damn, dude, I feel for him. And he just says like at the end, he's like, I left him there to die, even though like Rocks literally asked for his help. And damn, dude,
Dude,
he's just
Harold's in a
crying.
tough spot, man.
Yeah,
Like, he felt like he couldn't help Rocks because he had to do what was right for his country, and at the end of it, his friend died, right?
yeah.
And at the end of it, there's nothing that's gonna be help for his country anyway, because the government still thinks that the giants are too
Yeah,
violent.
I mean, he
At the end
this
of
was
it,
just a
it was
lose
all for no-
situation.
it was all for nothing at that
Yeah.
point. Like why? And it's
Ugh.
just it's crazy. Like now there's the narrator was also talking about, the king of the giants has gone mad, has become deranged. It's kind of like what we thought of before we started looking at his backstory, that the king has gone mad, and he just like and Loki had killed him, right? So, but listen, the spiraling down
Yeah.
of Harold is starting.
Yeah, it is crazy because
But
I forgot that this whole backstory is the Herald backstory, you know? And I feel like we're starting to see more of it now. It seems like the narrative is going back towards Loki and Harold, which is crazy because we haven't even seen Harold in the last, like, I don't even know, 5, 6 chapters or something. It's been a while since we saw him. But
yeah.
yeah, it seems like the narrative of the story is going back to the King Harold backstory. But right after this, we see it's back to Navy HQ, and it's we see Dragon in a jail cell, and you know Garp's on the other side just talking to him, in which Dragon tells him that he's quitting Navy. Obviously, Garp just says like I know, and Dragon just kind of voices his like disgust with Garp, you know, especially he's like, how can you just go back to work the next day and support what you just saw. And I mean, Garp literally admits it. I think it's kind of interesting here because literally Garp was giving Sengoku shit like literally a few pages ago, and then now Dragon's doing the exact same thing, and Garp is just very similar to Sengoku. It's just like it is what it is, and he drops a key in alluding to him just helping Dragon escape.
Hey man, maybe he just generally dropped the key, man. Don't say anything about my
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, yeah. Do not slander my boy Garp.
Maybe, yeah. So, um, we keep going back and forth between Navy HQ and what's going on in Elbaf. So like right after that, like what's his face? Harold is sitting down with Ida, uh, with Loki, and also what's it called? Fucking Hajrudin.
Hadruden.
He's talking about, yeah, and Ja Rule too. Don't forget, I'm
Uh,
talking about my boy Ja Rule.
yeah,
Um, He's just like he keeps talking about how he made up his mind, man. It's time for him to set, in his words, set aside these half
yeah. He's
creatures.
full sending
He looks
it.
at he's full sending it. He looks at Hasruda and Loki. He's like, I want you guys to work together. And obviously, we know that's not
Hey, that
really
ain't
that
happening.
what that ain't happening. Um, After because because dude, these guys want Elbaf to thrive after he's gone, and it's my boy Harold, man. But right after this, man, we see Harold pull up to Marineford, um, and this is like the scene that's gonna happen. Dude, this scene in the anime is gonna fucking go crazy.
Yeah.
And he tells him like the Navy officer was like, dude, you can't come through. And the guy's like, listen, bro, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Officers and Navy and dignitaries of the world government, hear me out. He just yanks the fucking horns out of his dome.
Yeah.
He yanks it out.
Rips of
And he
all.
goes, yo! Did you see the guy on the bottom right? He's like,
Yo!
yo!
Yeah.
Yo! What?
Yeah.
And dude, my boy is spin. Allow me this dude. And this is a big fucking giant. This is a big
Yeah.
motherfucker, dude. Allow me this chance to atone for 1,000 years of history. I want to apologize for all the mistakes the giant kind has made. I wish to prove my oath of peace so that the children of Elbaf can lead fruitful lives without hurting anyone, so they can live hand in hand with humanity. I want a chance to atone for our sins, and the biggest one is if it means I must be a slave, then so be it.
And then we
And then
see Emu's eyes.
and then we're gonna hear the doom to be
Doom.
continued.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then that's the end of the chapter. And like, what the fuck can he be possibly cooking? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
And I
I,
mean, I
I'm
feel like
just
this is alluding to like I guess the downfall of Harold. I mean, he mentions that if he has to be a slave, so be it. He will be a slave to Emu, to the world government, whatever that means. But this is kind of him saying like he mentioned like no more taking like half measures. Like he's full sending it, in which he just full sent it to basically to Emu, saying that like whatever you want me to do, I will do it, like no matter the cost.
I think, man, this is like this goes into. I feel like this starts to explain. Like, remember when I was talking about earlier in the chapter, earlier before El Bafi, like this whole backstory even started. It's like how does Harold what like why did Loki end up killing Harold? And I'm telling you, man, this is
Yeah,
what it was. This is the start of
this
like
is the start of
Loki.
Harold's backstory. Like
Yeah, I mean,
30 chapters
this
into his
is
backstory.
but this is like the start of like the Emu controls like Harold. My theory, right? And then
Yeah,
Loki sees it and he chooses to like. But then again, we gotta think like Loki at this point still like a child.
yeah.
Right. Unless this is like further, but I think the narrator would have mentioned it. This was like further into
Mhm.
the story. But I don't know how far along they've had to keep going until it gets to the point. Like, because at this point, like Harold's already like, dude, I don't care. I myself, I will be a slave
Yeah,
as long as it means like
my
we can
people.
we can bridge we can bridge
Yeah,
together and become and that's what I wonder. Like, how does that how do they get to that point, right? Like why isn't this just an overnight thing? He's already explaining to himself like that I'm willing to put myself out there.
yeah.
And obviously Emu sees he doesn't care necessarily about the giants becoming one with humanity. He more
Mhm.
so cares about having them on his side in the sense
Yeah.
that he wants control over Elbaf because he sees them as powerful soldiers.
Mhm.
So
Dude, all I'm saying is
I
everybody
don't
wants
know.
the Giants on their side, and I
Harold
see
wants to be in
why.
everybody's. Harold wants to be on their side, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
Um,
that is the end. So let's go into ratings before we go into some of the discussions. But
I'll go
we'll,
first, man. I'm gonna
yeah,
take
we'll
this a
see.
7.5.
Oh,
It's a nice
okay.
little
Yeah.
7.5 to an 8. I'll go
Mm-hmm.
with a higher score than 8 because um, it's like a big like just what's it called? It's like a big recap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's we got
A nice
finishing up with some
epilogue.
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. It's a nice epilogue. We see what happens to Dragon. We see how
Mm-hmm.
they found Shanks. We
Yeah.
see Loki hearing about the news. Be nice. We get the nice little double spread of all the important players that survived this
Yep.
horrific event. You know, all I'm saying is they didn't show Garling in this
Bro.
spread. So,
Yeah, he was
so I
not
don't
a
worry.
main player, bro. This
So
guy just cleaned up at
the
the
big
end.
but the biggest part, the biggest thing of this of the story for me is the end, the last page,
Yep.
the last 2 pages. Uh, it's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the emotion through the pages, and I'm very excited.
Yeah.
This is a very recurring theme to what we talk about in these chapters is one door closes and many more open,
Yes.
and I feel like this is a perfect example of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gave this chapter I gave it a 7 out of 10. Again, it was like everything what I expected of just the epilogue, like seeing where everybody ends up, as well as like the aftermath. But and I think we talked about last episode was like seeing exactly where Garp goes afterwards, and like Dragon goes. Um, that was something like I wanted to see, and it was just a nice setup for I guess the true Herald backstory. And I think this is a nice segue. It tied up a lot of loose ends for characters, and it's just going right into, I guess, how, I guess, the beginning of the downfall of King Harold. You know, but solid chapter. So I guess
All the time.
one thing that I kind of wanted to bring up was this discussion of, again, I felt like the first half of the chapter was just pretty solid, like just tying up loose ends. But I thought one of the more interesting things in this chapter was the mention of the galley law. You know, this is like, you know, a legendary crew of like giants. That's like, I mean, I was gonna say that nobody knows, but apparently, like, I mean, even Loki knows about it. So like, like people know about the existence, or like the idea of the existence of the galley law. And I guess, why is it that Rox, because I mean, I assume Rox knows more than most people about, I guess, whatever is going on in the world. And yeah, why is it that Harold is the only one that can like, you know, control, or not control, but command the galley law, you know? Like, I thought
I
that
thought
was a really interesting thing in the chapter.
it was like the thing of just being the king of Elbaf has like
Mm-hmm.
it has its perks where you're able to control these guys, or like the only people like they're willing to respect enough to like follow is the king of Elbaf,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I thought it would be. That's why, like, to me, I don't know how what other power that Harold might have that will command them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he has like a double fruit that we know about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That we know
Mm-hmm.
about, or you know what I'm saying. So
Mm-hmm. I
we'll
assume it
see.
also has to do with the fact that he was like one of the few, like, you know, ancient giants with the horns, you know,
It's
which
true.
by the end of the chapter he does not have the horns no more.
Yeah.
So
Um.
yeah, I don't know. I think that this little like sliver of like lore drop I really enjoyed.
Um. I do like. I also want to talk about, man, is the end of this chapter. He says, "I am willing to make myself a slave," and I was just thinking, man, I think I know what's gonna fucking happen.
What do you think? What are you thinking?
I think you know how Gunko is a slave
Yeah,
technically. I think the same thing happens to Harold.
Harold. Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
think I think like whatever spell that is on Gunko, I think is what is gonna happen to Harold, but Harold has a little bit more freedom, right? Because Harold's a whole king of the fucking country.
Yeah.
But I guess like a lower level God's Knight or some sort of God's Knight in which Harold is this is like his way of just working his way into becoming uh a military dog, a
Uh,
world government dog where
yeah. Garp is
his
just like,
people will
welcome to the
become
crew.
welcome to the crew. Um, I, I I think that's what and then it's gonna get to a point where Emu tries too much,
Yeah,
in which
pushes a
he
little
like
too far.
it eventually becomes tries to take over the body, or Loki sees what's happening, right, and that's how it goes.
Mm.
That's what I'm gonna say
Oh,
is gonna
okay.
happen, but.
Do you think it will be
eh,
similar to like rocks, where it's just like, you gotta stop me, you know? Like like where Harold's just like,
Maybe,
bro, Loki, you gotta stop this, bro. I've gone too far.
yeah.
And that's where the
Um,
narrative of like Loki killing Harold comes from.
yeah. I think that's for me.
Mm-hmm.
My
Okay, I could
opinion.
definitely see that
I'm gonna just say
actually.
it.
No, you're calling it out.
Yeah, calling it out. But
Well, I felt like like realistically there wasn't too much to talk about in this chapter, since it was just like wrapping up a lot of like loose ends, you know. And
yeah,
then just kind of just introducing like the next, I guess, storyline of like, you know, Harold and his relationship with the world government. But and I already know that the next chapter is like coming out soon. 11 what is it, 1167, I believe. I saw that the leaks
1167,
came out. I have not read that yet though.
And guess what, man? There is no break next week as well. So we're gonna get
Oh,
1167 and 1168 next week. So look out for that.
yes. I guess is there anything else you wanted to add? Because
No.
I feel like that was pretty much it from this chapter.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for my end.
Mhm.
Was there anything you wanted to add before we wrap this up?
No, I guess just stay tuned. We're reviewing the chapter next week. Also, I'm still editing one of the videos that we have backlogged. Uh, I'm definitely now a bit more free from work. I've literally been a government dog the last like five
Yeah,
weeks, like month and a
I
half,
worked
pretty much.
like the week before this. I was studying for an exam, and then
Yeah,
last week I worked fucking 60 hours last week.
yeah,
So like we're both just been too
so
much shit
busy.
going
I
on.
literally just took my exam this morning,
Yeah,
but we good now.
but we good. We good. Uh, and then again, man, and I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, so.
Mhm.
That's been the Gomu Gomu No Talk podcast. I appreciate you guys for listening. If you guys made it this far, leave a like, subscribe to the video, give us a comment.
Yep.
Um, Tuning in. We're probably gonna try. I'm gonna try to. I say we try to record this weekend.
Mhm.
If you're free,
Yeah.
or next early next week of 1168. Um, leaks are gonna come out. The full scans are gonna come out
Ooh.
later this week.
Yep.
Also, 11. There's no break the following week, so we're gonna have back-to-back
Bro,
episodes.
back to
And
back
well,
episodes.
and all I'm saying is, man, shout out to the American viewers, baby. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy
Hey,
Thanksgiving, baby.
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving episode.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Till next time, guys. Peace.